This is your announcer, Shannon Saint Mainframe, welcoming you to our IPA Livecast. This week's Olympic controversy saw conservatives transvestigate an Algerian boxer who was born a woman. Why is it every time a woman athlete does well, people accuse her of being a man? This doesn't happen in other aspects of life. When Sid was able to open that one jar of pickles that one time, nobody accused him of being a man. Sad. Our IP Livecast starts now.
Sid, I think you're a man.
Oh, thank you. And those pickles were fucking good. They were half sour. Still remember.
Oh, nice. I like a nice half sour.
By the way, Sid, congratulations on opening pickles.
Thank you.
Rob, my mic was muted. I guess you didn't hear me. You think Sid is a man? What was that? Are you transvestigating Sid?
Oh no.
I guess I know that's it. Well, I guess I don't know. I haven't seen.
Check your.
Well, you know what?
Rob.
Here's what. Yeah, exactly. I will acknowledge Sid's pronouns however he feels comfortable.
Oh, thank you.
You know, in my opinion, I think gender is a construct. It's silly. It's not something that really needs to be overthought. But this week, it seems like this is the new conservative thing to be mad at, like that NPC meme of like, oh, opening games, take out that chip and put in the Algerian boxer chip.
Well, it is and it isn't. It's like a new thing, but it's also a very old thing that they're mad at. It's just the new iteration.
Yeah, so I'm surprised, Sid, that you haven't heard about this. There was a boxing match, I believe on Thursday, maybe on Wednesday.
Yeah, I apologize for not being fully caught up on my women's Olympic boxing.
Well, I wasn't paying attention either, but I feel like every tweet on Twitter on Friday was about this.
That's weird.
And I know this because I was having a mental episode where I spent literally 7 hours on Twitter, and so I saw every tweet.
What was your mental episode? Are you okay?
You need to start a new website, Rob. You need something.
I was feeling a little under the weather, so I was just in bed all day.
Oh, okay.
So,
that's a physical episode.
Well, the mental episode was that I spent that long on Twitter. Well, it was probably closer to 4 hours, but still way too long on Twitter.
You had me worried.
And I think in a way, like seeing all these dumb tweets just made it worse because it like, you know. But the basic story is this Algerian woman faced this Italian woman, and the Italian woman, from like I'm no boxing expert, but from what I've seen, was a terrible boxer, left herself completely open, and in 40 seconds got like annihilated with some punches to the face, and she, after 40 seconds, quit the match, which is not very much the Olympic spirit, I would say. And she said that she had never been hit so hard in her life. And right-wing transvestigators jumped on this.
Well, I'm a little wary of dumping on the person who got beat up, though. I mean, she's not necessarily making the argument that that's a man, is she?
No.
Okay,
she isn't, and in fact, she was being misquoted, I think, and she has since come out and apologized to the woman. But so right wingers took to the streets to be like, this Italian woman's Olympic dreams were crushed by a man. This person is a biological man.
She would have won a gold medal otherwise.
And the thing is, it's like there's a lot of people's dreams that are crushed in the Olympics. That's the whole thing.
Whatever the reason.
That's the whole point of the Olympics. You crush everyone's dream except like 3 people.
Here's my question: were they the same size? Aren't there weight classes?
Yeah, they're in they're in the same weight class.
So what the fuck is the problem?
So this
I'll give the
Algerian woman.
Well,
before we get that, I just want to get all the source material out. The Algerian woman has elevated testosterone, which is, among Olympic athletes, especially women, is not an uncommon thing. Yeah. And there are limits to how high your testosterone can be to avoid, any sort of issue like this. And she passed all of her medicals. And this is not even her first Olympics. These two exact same athletes competed in the, I believe, 2020 Olympics. And the result was the opposite. The Italian woman beat the Algerian woman, and obviously nobody was transvestigating then. Or it was maybe it wasn't in the Olympics. It was in some other official boxing competition. But they faced off, and the other woman has won. So then everyone had this one screenshot that this Algerian woman was born with XY chromosomes, which are typically associated with a man. And
How
so
do we
that's
know? Where does this
She was tested in a different organization, and they concluded that she was a man, but then their report was discredited, and the whole governing body was discredited in some.
Yes. So here's the thing. So this governing body is completely, like, the Olympic board is completely discrediting them, and the reason is this governing body is apparently owned by some Russian oligarch, some rich Russian guy. And this isn't even like a Russia thing, but like what happened was this Algerian woman beat a Russian boxer,
doctored the results,
and then they doctored the results, and there was some fake thing that she has it's not even been proven that she has XY chromosome. It's this one report from this boxing commission that no one takes seriously, and this was all the proof. Suddenly, conservatives love Russia. like suddenly they're going to listen to
boxing.
Our tests have shown that she has a 10-inch penis like the Hulk Hogan.
If she has XY, she has XY.
Drago impression. Nice.
I'm proud of myself for that one. That's a deep cut.
XY, XX. It's like same thing. Close. One letter apart.
Yeah.
So pro-trans people were losing their minds at the hypocrisy here. Like I myself was like, because this Algerian woman, first of all,
what's her name, Algeria? Can we get Rob to pronounce an Algerian name? That I think will be the highlight of the episode.
What was that sound, by the way?
Hey, Scoob, it's a trans woman in the Olympics.
Imaine Khalif is the woman.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty easy.
Is the Algerian woman. So Algeria is not a woke country. It is illegal to be gay in Algeria. It is illegal to be trans in Algeria.
Yeah, so
it is illegal to go through, gender conforming surgeries or get any sort of hormone treatment for trans issues in Algeria. They're not into it.
I'm sorry. You could
go ahead.
This woman killed, by.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're putting this woman in danger. And so, but the idea that the country would send a trans woman to represent them in the Olympics just holds no merit, But okay, even forgetting that, this woman was born biologically a woman, and I don't really want to get into this because it's it's a little like giving into the other argument. But she is a cisgender woman. She has a vagina. She has a uterus. She has the parts that traditionally would be considered a woman's parts. And if I'm being insensitive here to trans people, I apologize. It's not my intention.
Being insensitive. It's stating a fact about woman. It's not.
But I'm saying, by their own logic, by conservatives' own logic, this is a woman. But so they were now in these arguments. They're saying, actually, her private parts don't matter. Just that she has an XY chromosome is enough to say she's a man. And so it's like for trans people, this was, very confusing because for the longest time, the goalposts was if you don't have a vagina, you're not a woman. Now apparently you can have a vagina and you still won't be a woman. Get out of here!
Rob,
Get out of here, conservatives!
Could you respond to Dusty Rhodes Muffler in the chat, please?
Dusty Rhodes Muffler, you son of a bitch, says, I'm surprised Rob didn't pronounce her name in an Algerian accent the way he pronounces Spanish names in a Spanish accent.
Rob, do you know what an Algerian accent
I was just going to say, the reason I did it is because I have no concept.
Could you just guess? Could we hear a guess?
Okay, her name is no, I don't either.
You almost did it.
You pussy.
Imaine Khalif. Imaine Khalif. How's that?
All right. Dusty, let us know what you think of that.
KH would be the Khe, right? Khalif.
You asking me?
I don't think they do that. I think that's an Israeli thing.
Khalif. No, they do it in the Middle East. I feel it's like a... It's... Anyway. But here's the thing. Like the meat of the story that I want to say.
Oh, no. I thought that was...
Oh, no. I didn't mean that. But... So I was very triggered by this because I was just like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, you dumb conservatives. But I think what triggered me more is how it really revealed all of these, let's call them quiet conservatives who like showed their ass. Like, what's the old saying? Better to be thought of a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt, right? Like that's the old saying. And like Logan Paul, who I'm already not a fan of, but is on my peripheral because he's in wrestling now. He's at SummerSlam tomorrow. Him and fucking dumbass Pat McAfee had these dumb takes that I'm just like, did you even read the story? Like these people are taking like these stances.
Of course they didn't read the story.
Yeah, where they don't even know the fucking story. So, let me see here. It looks like Logan Paul deleted the initial tweet, but he was like, does anybody else think it's like a biological man should not fight a biological woman in the Olympics and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well,
sure.
Biological.
That's not what happened. So
yeah.
Okay. Does anybody think that the 100-yard dash shouldn't be a man versus a cheetah? Yeah, but they don't do that, so it's not a concern. That's fine.
I say let him.
This was the tweet from Logan Paul. This is the purest. I agree with you there, and also like, look, plenty of women have kicked my ass in jiu-jitsu. I guess it's not striking, but it's not. Anyway, so Logan Paul's tweet: the purest form of evil is unfolding right before your eyes, and really, he's one to talk. A man was allowed to beat up a woman on a global stage, crushing her life's dream while fighting for her deceased father. What? The delusion must end.
All right, now if you tell me that the man who beat up the woman also killed her father, then we have a movie. Let's do that. That sounds fun.
It's like Star Wars.
And then when he's like, then he doubled down. He goes, oopsies. I might be guilty of spreading misinformation, the misinformation that she's, a biological man, along with the entirety of this app. Although she's been previously disqualified for failing a, quote, gender test, not true, and has XY chromosomes, debatable. Some sources say Iman Khalif was born a biological woman. Some sources? I stand by my sentiment that biological men should not compete against biological women in any sport. And if you disagree, you're a sick fuck.
Pickleball?
Yeah, like tennis?
No sport whatsoever? Golf?
Tennis they said.
Racing?
Too.
Yeah.
I see this. I relate this.
Isn't there couples tennis? But I guess not professional.
Yeah, doubles.
Mixed doubles. They do that.
Mixed double. There's mixed doubles? Yeah, okay.
I mean, they're not couples. They don't.
I guess you have to. Yeah.
I relate this back to the abortion issue because I feel like a lot, and I'm not talking about the grifting like Republican, politicians and all that and pundits, but like regular people. Mm-hmm. I think it's reasonable if you believe like babies are being murdered erroneously to have a negative reaction to it.
Yes.
And I think it's also reasonable if you think like men are entering the Olympics to beat the shit out of women and like they don't have a forum to go after medals and amongst other women, it's reasonable to be like viscerally against that. Like it makes sense. It's just that they don't know what the story is. Like Rob said, like they're being told wrong information.
Yes, they're being told a man beat up a woman hit a woman so hard that after 30 seconds, the woman quit the boxing match and her dreams were shattered because a man can't fight other men because he's a coward. But it's like, well, that's not what happened. They think it's the South Park episode, the late era South Park episode where like a macho man type character basically transitions into a woman to join women's sports to like get the top spot. Like that's what they think it is.
Well, that's because South Park's telling them that.
Well, I think South Park was trying to mock what they think a little bit, but I don't think they. It was a very.
But I wasn't sure if that's what they were doing.
It seemed like from fire to me.
I absolutely agree with you, Sid and Darren, and like that was the point. Like that whole season, like the PC police guy, like I was just like, I kind of get that you're like. They were trying to play both sides, I think, South Park, and in the end, I feel like. they were just enabling the shitty people to like
Yes.
to use those references.
Well, it's false equivalent. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
this side sucks, but look at these idiots over here. But like they don't equally suck. Like maybe there's some people who might be trans advocates who might go over the top or make, but they're right. They're still in the right. They're on the right side of the issue, whereas the other side is making stuff up out of like whole cloth, basically.
Yes.
I also like just the thought of a dude pretending to be a woman just to go to the Olympics to win a medal and get hated on by a large portion of the world, and then like
and theoretically have to go on hormone therapy for a consistent while.
Like, do you then for the rest of your life in your normal life also have to pretend to be a woman to keep the lie going? Like, where does it end? Do you like immediately after the Olympics go back to just being a dude and you have these medals on display in your house and people come over, they're like, wait, why does that say women's gold medal? Aren't you Steve? Like, where does this go? Like, you can't monetize it if you go back to being a dude afterwards, right?
Yeah.
And is it really worth it to pretend to be a gender you're not for the rest of your life just to get one gold? Like, it doesn't make any logical sense whatsoever.
I don't think that
level.
Most of the conservatives I've seen talk about this, they don't say like that it's like a man going into women's sports, like just being trans to go women's sports. They say like they're deluded men who think they're women, but they're still going to go into women's sports and like beat women up. Like it's less engineered as a like a trick to get medals, and more like they're just taking advantage of their situation.
Yeah, I guess these people sort of think trans is a delusion in general. So I guess, but even it's so
It still doesn't make any sense. I agree. I just feel like I'm trying to be as fair as possible
and these people are like, so these are the same people that are like, oh my God, we have to keep high alert on child trafficking. We don't know anybody could be trafficking children, like blah blah blah. I feel like that's like right. These same transvestigators are like overly, they watch that Sound of whatever movie.
Freedom, was it?
Sound of Freedom. Yeah. Anyway, so there is a player on the Dutch volleyball team in the Olympics currently, right now, who was convicted of raping a child.
Oh, what?
Where is the controversy from Logan Paul about that guy?
And he's allowed to.
Yeah, Steven. Well, he served a year in prison. He served
a year.
Wow.
That's it.
It's been a tough year.
And every time he comes out on the field, he gets mercilessly booed. Steven Van de Velde is his name.
What the other players on the team even think about this guy? Like, oh, he's actually a good guy. He's nice. He's cool.
He only fingered that kid that one time.
Raped a 12-year-old in England, sentenced to 4 years in prison, served 13 months, and resumed his athletic career in 2017 after the Dutch Olympic Committee said he met the necessary post-conviction conditions to return.
There you go, pedophiles. Move to the Netherlands.
Jeez.
You only get a year.
You get a light sentence, and then you only have to serve a quarter of that for fucking a kid.
And then you get to represent your country.
Well, I guess they're like, well, he did the crime in a different country, so it doesn't really reflect poorly on us, right?
I don't know.
Wow. Or maybe what he did to the kid in England doesn't count as a crime in the Netherlands?
I don't know.
Is that possible?
That is fucking wild. Yeah, I don't know.
There's plenty of tall Dutch dudes. Like, you get somebody else on the fucking volleyball team. It's not.
Yeah, is he that great that they need him?
Is he a libero?
Well, that said, this is the most I've gotten into the Olympics, I feel, since I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, I've been watching.
Just because you have Peacock, so you're like, fuck it, might as well watch?
Yeah, like it's been like a go-to, like, oh, I have 40 minutes to kill. I don't really want to watch like a new show or a new episode of something. And I just go through the playlist of highlights and stuff. And it's not bad. It's fun.
I watched it on the elliptical the other day.
Yeah.
What sports did you watch, Darren?
Track. There was one. There was and I watched some of the basketball recaps.
The basketball is all that I've watched so far.
And gymnastics. Watch a little gymnastics. I like how the announcers go like over the top with the gymnastics. And it's the 7th game of the World Series with the girl just like, oh, she landed on her feet. That's incredible. I mean, it is impressive what they do, but like, the announcers seem disproportionate to what's happening.
They're like that for the swimming too. They're like, oh, like it's like a horse race, like a big.
Well,
horse
they're
race.
saving it up for 4 years at a time. So when they finally let it out, it's like a huge deal because like nobody cares the other 3 years, So they finally have their moment to like have their voice heard by more than just like swimming nerds. So they're going all out.
Like who's watching swimming like on ESPN 12 or whatever?
Yeah, no,
like 2 years from now,
Speaking of the Olympic announcers, I want to ask you guys this question because during the men's basketball games, Dwayne Wade is one of the announcers, former NBA legend Dwayne Wade, and so a thing that basketball players say or is said about basketball players now when they do something good, it's like, he's him, I am him, is like a thing, right? So during one of the USA games, LeBron did some good stuff, and Dwayne Wade, he did this. He said this catchphrase multiple times. He said, "That's LeBron James. His pronouns are he, him." And now, part
it's
of
a variation.
That's like a sort of insensitive thing. But then Dwayne Wade has a trans kid, so he's very.
Wait, I'm sorry. Who thought it was insensitive?
Me. It's like a weird, like a pronoun joke is a weird thing to make. It sounded weird to my ears. But then when you have the context of Dwayne Wade having a trans kid, I know he's not saying it in like a belittling way of people having pronouns, but it's still just, so maybe it's not offensive, but it's still fucking corny to me. What do you guys think?
I would say it's corny, not offensive.
Okay.
I don't think it's offensive at all. Like, I think he's just extending the joke of saying, I am him. And it's like, him.
But he specifically said his pronouns are he, him. He did it multiple times.
Yeah, but does that insult a trans person in any way?
I don't know. It just
like, let's say he didn't have a trans kid,
Then I might feel a certain way that he's like using what is a serious thing for some people in like a lighthearted way is weird. But
also,
but the other side of it is like, by making it lighthearted, aren't you kind of like normalizing a little, like
perhaps.
And also his pronouns are he, him.
Yeah, it's also, I guess it is true. It is true.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's still within the.
Have we done a
legal bounds
genitalia test on LeBron James? Do we know for sure?
Yeah, what are his chromosomes?
Well, when he joins the WNBA, we will do.
Maybe when he got thrown into the algorithm in Space Jam, somehow in the process he lost his genitalia. We don't know.
Fucking movie.
Also, apparently, there's a few Olympic women athletes that. Like women with an XY chromosome is not completely unheard of, like it's not, I wouldn't say it's common, but
yeah, it's one
happens.
of your Pornhub tabs.
Sluts with an XY chromosome, volume 12.
Them really meaty clits. Just hanging down. You love that shit.
Wait, is there going to be a trend to transvestigate where like men with huge penises pretend to be women and they just say they have massive clits? In a video?
I mean, isn't that RuPaul's Drag Race? We're all good with it. We don't mind.
They're just not making porn fair for women anymore.
All right. Well,
Dusty Rhodes Muffer wants to know if Tom Daly won any medals. Rob, are you up on that? Has that happened yet?
I think he did win a few.
That's why he didn't follow the medal race, because he's up on that.
Yeah, I think he did win. He won like a duos medal. Yeah, he did. There was some clip of him.
They do diving duos?
Yeah. Oh my God. It's so captivating.
Synchronized diving?
Yeah, exactly. And they're completely synchronized. Like I'm blown away by how perfect some of these are, especially like I think China won the gold. And it was just like, even in slow motion, like every motion is completely identical. It was crazy.
I thought she passed away. She's in the Olympics, China?
The country.
Oh, no.
What's her ex-wife?
What is she?
Count.
She started all of this. She's not even here to speak up anymore.
But but she fought men at least.
That's true.
She didn't.
Yeah, where was the controversy then?
Yeah,
she was taking a job away from a man.
Yeah, and beating up poor Chris Jericho, who had a
yeah.
I just saw an interview with Chris Jericho. He was saying like she was the most horrible person to work with, and she thought she could beat you up in the locker room, so she would be very stiff, and then you weren't allowed to hit her back because Vince McMahon loved her, and like you could, and like I guess he gave her a black eye once by accident, like just during the course of a match, he hit her too hard, and he got dressed down in the locker room, and like, yeah. No, I'm not saying like I feel bad for Chris Jericho. No. He's a horrible person in other ways, but I just thought that was an interesting anecdote.
But I mean, Vince McMahon played favorites all the time, right? It's not like China was the only one that probably received this treatment, I would think.
Right. But I also think that she was very much exploited, like to be a freak that could fight men. It wasn't like done in some kind of, progressive.
Oh no, of course not. If he didn't think he could profit off of it, he wouldn't have given a shit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's discuss. Let's follow up on a big story from last week that really, really gripped our audience. And we actually got some submissions. I'm talking about Steven Seagal.
Oh.
And we got a few submissions thanks to our live casters. And I want to mention if we talk about something on the show and you're like, oh, I think you should play this on the show or have any comments or feedback, we would always love to hear from you. There's many ways to reach out to us. Yeah. You can email us, ripalivecast@gmail.com, or join us in our live 24/7 chat, our Discord. You can get the link to that at ripalivecast.com. Or, hit us up on our social medias. We're RIP Livecast on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. Hit us up there. We check them all. We love to hear from you.
Yeah.
So, last week we talked about Steven Seagal. What was last week the story was about how he allegedly pissed and shit himself.
Thanks to Gene LaBelle.
But not confirmed if it happened or not. I want to assume it happened.
Yeah.
And so then our friend Bharat submitted this diorama that someone made. Let's get this loaded. Here we go.
I'll show you how I made this 1:9 scale diorama.
Oh my God, this guy's voice.
Between action star Steven Seagal and
he talks like an Irish Steven Seagal.
Oh, okay. So it is a recreation of the story we told last week. So for those that didn't listen last week, just a quick summary of the story was that Steven Seagal, it was on what was the movie? Out for Justice? It was on the set of a movie. Out for Justice. I think Out for Justice. And Gene LaBelle was the stunt coordinator. And Steven Seagal was telling the stunt coordinators that it is impossible for him to be choked. He cannot be choked. And Gene LaBelle allegedly took him up on the challenge and within a few seconds choked him out so bad that he pissed and shit himself. That's the story. If you choose to believe it, is up to you. I choose to believe it.
I choose.
Now, some people have disputed the accuracy, that there was no knockout, that he never actually shit or pissed himself, that there might have been some words.
Some people think Steven Seagal.
Yeah. And to be fair, Gene LaBelle never admitted or denied either. He's like, whatever the lore is, I'll let them keep it. So with that said, it looks like this story is so popular now that someone has created a diorama of it.
And if you stick around to the end, I'll show you how it can be yours.
Oh! What?
Yes, this is his little intro.
Bobby Fingers? I don't like that.
I started this diorama by sculpting Seagal's head in 1:1 scale, using water-based clay. I used a cutout of his profile to set the proportions and widened him out, starting with his eye sockets and then his jawbone.
So this is definitely Liam Neeson talking, right?
I have a particular set of sculpting skills.
I'm going to speed it up a little.
While on the movie set, Seagal was boasting about how he couldn't be knocked unconscious due to his Aikido training. Upon hearing this, stuntman Gene LaBelle offered to put him to the test. There was a tussle between the two men, which ultimately ended with Seagal being choked out and subsequently evacuating his bowels. I've heard versions where Seagal pisses himself and versions where he froths at the mouth. There are versions where Gene LaBelle...
Hold on, we need to slow it down because his voice and this story is pretty hilarious.
Subsequently evacuating his bowels. Now I've heard versions where Seagal pisses himself and versions where he frats at the mouth. There are versions where Gene LaBelle gets a slap in the penis. And I've heard versions that centre around LaBelle's desire to seek revenge on behalf of all the stuntmen that Seagal hit over the years. A practice called tagging that is frowned upon by the stunt community. The version I'll be doing is based on a source I deem to be reliable, but more on that later.
Oh.
Just tightening up his beautiful widow's peak.
Oh,
It's actually really good.
Out his ears.
Tighten that up.
Here I am sculpting his beautiful ponytail. I managed to make that elegant yet masculine. It's important to make sure that's right. Just smoothing him out now.
Like
And there he is.
ASMR.
it really is.
Steven. Gene LaBelle, the godfather of grappling, was a professional stuntman, martial artist, and wrestler who was in over thousands of films and TV shows. And he wrote 12 books and was, by all accounts, one of the hardest bastards in the world, right up until his death. In
He had a
August
crazy
of this
grip.
year.
I thought you meant Steven
And I
Seagal wrote
really
12
enjoyed
books.
sculpting his face. Apologies for the delay in getting this video out. It's been difficult to do
Looks
the
like
voiceovers.
Freddy Krueger
We're having some
right
work
now.
done in the house and the builders can be a bit loud.
Macaroni in a pot, got some wet ass.
What?
Both men are in a pretty
I feel like
aggressive
you need sculpture
situation,
when you first started
so
with
I
it,
had to sculpt quite angry looking faces. And thankfully there are thousands of pictures of Gene LaBelle looking like he wants to pull your head clean off your shoulders. Seagal, on the other hand, kind of does one very, very cool face. Here I am refining the secondary forms and taking away some of the tool
I'm gonna
marks
scan
left
ahead.
by the early sculpting. There's a snazzy lapels. He'll be the envy of the film set. And I'm just
There's
using
even
lighter
oh, is
fluid
this
to
him?
smooth
Rest. I stick my head out.
Oh, this is someone telling
AI
a story.
generator, and I got these images. Stephen is also the author of the book From the Streets of Brooklyn to the Halls of Hollywood.
Yeah, we
And
mentioned
in
this guy.
it,
In
he
the
recounts his
original
version
story.
of the incident.
Oh, yes, yes.
He was kind enough to go through it with me.
Here's I'll try to envision it in your mind. Me and another stunt guy named Lincoln Simon. I was sharing this motorhome to get dressed. I stick my head out and I see on far end Seagal. In
Seagal.
front of him, right? Back towards me is LaBelle. You know, you can't miss him. You know, big red-headed dude. You know, you can't miss LaBelle. And I tell Lincoln Simon, I said, hey, you know, LaBelle's talking to Seagal. Let's go over there and see what they're talking about. Lincoln Simon is on the inside towards next to the motorhomes. And as we stroll up, I'm hearing LaBelle say, let me show you how it's done. You know, he simply casually walked around and started putting him in a chokehold. It was just a conversation between two masters, two black belts, you know, until the tides changed and Seagal decided, you know, to be a smartass and just blam with his forearm here as hard as he could. You know, I've got hit in the crotch, so I know the pain.
Yeah.
And you know the power of Seagal, how good he is. Seagal's good. And
All right.
like I say in the book, you know, he flew up 4 feet. And when he landed, he didn't hesitate. He just stepped to the side, put his hand, you know, around his chest, shoulder area, you know, and just, you know, pushed forward with his right leg and pulled back with his right hand. And he went flying in the air. Flew up so high and he landed on his back.
Lambert says that the two men helped each other up and that the altercation ended there and then. There was no poo, no pee, no frothing of the mouth. If you'd like a more detailed account, I recommend purchasing his book from the link in the description. It's a fascinating read. This all took place on the set of Out for Justice, a film in which Seagal plays a New York detective who wears a sleeveless cardigan and a beret. I didn't include the beret because it's likely Seagal would have taken it off between takes and handed it back to the costume department. I chose to whittle Seagal's shoes out of being thrown through the air by a judo master.
He looks like he's shitting himself.
I was curious to know if Seagal's wardrobe, a sleeveless cardigan and military beret, was typical of a New York detective in 1990. So I asked Mike Dowd, former NYPD officer and subject of the Netflix crime documentary The 7-9, and he said,
"No berets, no cut-off sleeves. There's no way the detective wore any attire like you've described."
Is that from a cameo?
Is based on
That's what I was wondering.
Of him with Matt Damon. Matt is wearing prosthetic makeup to look like Chuck Norris, as he was set to play him in a 2007 TV biopic based on Chuck Norris's memoir, Much Ado About Punching.
I hear people say biopics sometimes.
That it really either because of a cholera outbreak or the writer's strike. I forget which one. I very enjoyed painting Jean LaBelle's hair.
Good for you.
Here I licked it with a couple of highlights. I
This
also
looks great.
used an incredibly matte
It's like if
varnish
Larry Fines slicked his
to
hair
knock
down.
back the appropriate attire. Lincoln has a cooler quiff and a bigger jaw. So
This really keeps going. All right, we get it. We get
That's
it.
a pro.
Well, you got to get to the end where he gives the giveaway is the fun part of this. He explains how you can get the
and a couple of tire marks courtesy of the Paw Patrol.
right at the end. It's like a minute before the
The
end.
base falls in half for reasons that
Right,
will become
right
apparent
after
later.
those credits roll.
And there it is. Congratulations to Nate. From heroes, rapists, titans, and clowns, we have sired gods, vandalized the atom, and danced in the oceans of the moon.
Didn't Varg write this?
But even the greatest of men is only
He's in
one
the
headlock
forest.
away from shitting. I've buried the diorama in this location and hidden the GPS coordinates throughout the video. If you find it first and dig it up, then it's yours. Congratulations to Nathan and Killian Nichol, who found Mel Gibson up a mountain in County Kerry. And if you'd like to see my videos early, why not become a patron? Like this shower of dorks. Shower.
Wow, this is very good.
James Me.
Downfall.
Poop coming out is the piece de resistance.
I loved you
like this.
first. I
Why does
loved
that
you.
guy have a pinhead?
Well, he's pixelated because he's,
he's
an
unidentified.
unidentified
Oh.
extra, I guess.
Did I miss him explaining that?
I don't think we played that part.
So then we got a message on our Instagram from DB, which is like this very interesting supercut of Steven Seagal that I'd like to play. Here.
My
Let
mother
me start
was,
this over.
Difficult thing for me to talk about because I could make something up that would sound better. The truth is just too hard to believe for everybody. I was born from a mother who was found in a shoebox when she was born. My mother was American Indian.
Are you of Italian descent?
Yeah, I have some Italian on my mother's side and some French. My mother was a Mohawk. I think that my mother's side is probably Irish. My grandmother surely looks pure Mohawk, and I'm pretty sure she is.
Grandmother in your lineage that is Mongolian?
They look like Russian Mongols, but I don't know what they are, but they're something Asian. Father's a Russian Mongol. Part of his family are from Texas, so let's put it this way. I'm Russian. I'm a lot more Asian than I am American. I'm a Russian Mongol, and I'm Russian Mongolian, and we don't really know which tribe it is, and all of those people are dead now, so I can't ask them. This is the most difficult thing for me to talk about.
It's just a casual liar, knowing people like that.
Yeah, like what is Steven Seagal's ethnicity? We'll never know.
What is his gender?
Yes, an X and a Y.
Yeah.
But he would lose in the Olympics, even to the person that lost to the person in question. In the
That
Olympics.
Italian lady would beat him?
Oh, hands down. He'd shit himself again.
He'd try to like grab her boob or something, and she
Yeah,
would
right.
get offended and knock him out.
There'd be a new diorama coming if they fought.
How about a nude diorama?
Well, partially nude. You just got to see the poop hole.
I didn't know that Steven Seagal's father, Samuel Seagal, was a Russian Jewish immigrant.
Well, did he say that, or is
Yeah.
that proof of?
Well, on Wikipedia, it says his mother was of Irish descent. His father was Jewish. His paternal grandparents were Russian Jewish immigrants. During an interview for a Russian talk show, Let Them Talk, Seagal stated that he has paternal ancestors from the Siberian city of Vladivostok, as well as Belarus and St. Petersburg.
Well, maybe I'm related to him.
I am from Vladivostok. My father's Mongolian. How do you edit Wikipedia? Hold on.
He stated a genetic test determined that he has Yakut and Burat ancestry as well.
How about Yapapai? Yapapai. I'm a Yapapai, brother.
Isn't Barat the one who sent us that video?
Maybe that's why.
The first one, yeah. So if anyone has any inside info on what Steven Seagal's ethnicity is, please let us know.
He doesn't.
Steven, if you're listening, do not call because we won't believe you.
I'd still like to talk to him.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. We'll make an exception.
Ask him if he wiped after fighting James LeBell.
Was he wearing like a studio provided gi at the time, or was it his own clothing that he pooped in?
Hopefully he didn't ruin a studio gi. That would be. Oh, maybe he was wearing that dumb like Italian cut open like shirt that he wore in that movie. The guy was mentioning with the beret, sleeveless beret.
So he might have just gotten shit on his own chest.
Oh,
Not the first time.
He was kind of semi upside down, according to the story.
I guess it just depends. Did he shit in midair or once he landed?
He might have been the original tub girl. Shit on his own face.
Tub guy.
Tub guy.
Is that the episode title?
Tub Goomba.
So let's see here, folks. Oh, I did want to also mention this great tech story happening this week that is like right out of the HBO show Silicon Valley. Have you guys heard of this new AI app, Friend?
Nope.
Good. I don't think many people. But all right, here is the so there's two apps. There's like two AI apps called Friend. And the way that I learned this, competing, yes. The way that I learned this and the way that many learn this is through this Breaking Bad meme, which I feel is the simplest way to explain what's going on. And it's Jesse and Walter White talking, right? And Jesse goes, so there are a couple of 20-year-old founders building AI friends that you could wear as a necklace around your neck. Walter White goes, what? Jesse goes, they listen to everything you say and then text you like a friend. One of them announced their necklace after spending almost $2 million to buy friend.com. So then the other founder claims the first founder stole his idea and records himself rapping about it. But then the first founder posts a video of the second founder putting his friend on a crackhead.
What?
Walter White goes, Jesse, what the hell are you talking about? Well, let me explain. I have all the context here, folks. Here's the trailer for this thing, Friend, which, like, if you didn't know this was a real thing, and this is 100% a real thing, you would think this is like an A24 horror trailer.
Oh, no.
So here we go. For our audio listeners, it's a woman just in the woods.
More like
I'm out of breath. We made it. Woo! I don't know how to.
So that buzzing, again, for our audio listeners, she has a necklace on, and at the bottom of the necklace is like this puck that she presses and she speaks into. Okay, so she goes.
Are AI products going to take over the Winter Olympics now with this puck?
Oh,
yes.
no.
What's going to happen?
I don't know how to woo very good.
So that's the product. You can this puck is constantly listening to. You can talk to it, and then it'll text you back. The AI will text you back, or it'll text you sometimes when you're not interacting with it.
Jesus. So what is the reply? She said she doesn't know how to woo very good.
And the reply is, well, at least we're outside.
That wasn't a very good response. This is a trailer for this product.
All right, let's go.
I think the makers of this product never had a
Let me
plan.
show you how to game, bro, okay? Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, let's go.
Are you serious? Come on, man. I hate this game.
Take notes, baby. Oh, man, you guys suck.
So in this one, he didn't even text his friend, but his
Yeah.
friend sees he's in distress. And his friend responds, "You're getting thrashed. It's embarrassing."
It make you feel worse.
Let's go.
Dude, what?
Maybe you want your friend to kind of subtly chide you once in a while.
Yeah, what was the benefit of that? I didn't even see like the end result. Like, was he happier after that happened?
Like, kind of the corners of his mouth went up. But like,
Yeah.
haha, my friend's riding me a little bit, you know.
Yeah. And now we see a girl on her lunch break watching a show on her phone, and the AI texts her, "The show is completely underrated." Which is like, bitch, how do you know?
And also, I'm watching the show. Stop fucking bothering me. Who wants to be interrupted in the middle of watching the show?
I know the effects are crazy. It's dank. I could eat one.
So the AI asks, "How's the falafel?" Which is what she's eating.
And she says it's
every
dank.
day.
Do you want a dank
Yes.
falafel?
Sorry, I got you messy.
So she spills a little tzatziki on the
Oh
friend,
my God.
and the friend responds, "Yum." Ooh.
It's
So-
really nice up here. How'd you find this place?
This is the creepiest one of all. This is the creepiest one of all. It's two people on a date on a rooftop, and that's all. That's the setup.
Really nice up here. How'd you find this place?
I don't know. I just kind of like to come up here to be by myself. I've never brought anybody else. I mean, besides her.
She goes everywhere with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guess I must be doing something right then.
I guess so. We'll see.
See, she wanted to go to the friend, but she didn't need the friend right there. That was the evolution.
God.
The friend says, "Suck his dick right now."
Yeah, exactly. Bitch, what are you waiting for?
Kill yourself. Throw yourself off that roof.
Yes. What? Wow. What's the retail price of this?
$99, it said.
Kind of torn on this because
I'm just blown away that like people saw the movie Her and were like, "Yeah, we should do this."
Well, of course,
big market for this. There's a lot of people who cannot connect, and it's different than it used to be. Like when our generation, there'd be a segment of the population who can connect for like sort of organic reasons, like maybe they have physical deformity or something. I feel like there's a lot of people who would today normally be well-adjusted people, attractive, that cannot connect because they're tethered to the internet constantly.
Totally agree.
And I think there's the big market for this, and it's sad, but I'm torn on it because I think maybe this could actually, I mean, the way this is designed looks kind of stupid, but this, in theory, like a good version of this could possibly help people. I don't know. I'm trying to be open-minded about it. That's not my
I also try to be open-minded, but to me, this product, a product like this, is isolationist. Like it encourages you not to interact with real people. It encourages you to interact with a fake person. You know, like that's the thing that feels odd to me.
I guess it's just at least you're interacting with something as opposed to not.
Yes. And I think I'm pushing back on what you said, Rob, a little bit, because I think and it's a dumb commercial, so I don't think I'm defending it.
Yeah.
But I think
Right.
the commercial was trying to say is that you use this thing while you're eating your tzatziki and whatever, and your whatever other thing you're doing, and then it primes you like this is how you talk to people. And then she's on the date, and now she doesn't need to press the button anymore. Like I think she learned how to be a person by interacting with a fake person.
Here's the thing. I don't think you're wrong. I think that's a very generous interpretation, But they really did a poor job of getting that across with this video. I want to play.
I did a poor job of saying Satsiki just now.
I want to play this parody, which is called Enemy.
Same video.
It's the same exact video. It's just the messages are different.
I don't know how to woo very good.
It's Regina from Mean Girls. You're embarrassing yourself. Go home.
That's fair. All right, let's go.
Let me show you how to game, bro, okay? Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, let's go.
Are you serious? Come on, man. I hate this game.
Take notes, baby. Oh, man, you guys...
So it's Voldemort. Wait until they fall asleep and burn the house down.
Let's go. Let's go.
Dude, what? How did you do that?
He's like, yeah. It's Tyler Durden says, make Daddy dirty.
Sorry, I got you messy.
Daddy likes.
It's really nice up here. How'd you find this place?
I don't know. I just kind of like to come up here to be by myself. I've never brought anybody else. I mean, besides her.
She goes everywhere with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guess I must be doing something right then.
I guess so. We'll see.
Steal his identity and travel abroad in Europe.
Also, I don't like how she doesn't actually answer his question. Like, how did you find this place?
Right.
I don't know. What do you mean you don't know how you found this place? It's a rooftop. You got there somehow, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I was born here.
Very suspicious.
So
at least say like the friend told you to go up there. Something.
Right. Now, as I mentioned here, there is some controversy with this app because the idea is that this other guy actually created this first, and then this person stole his idea and then bought the domain and got to market first. So that initial creator did do a rap song, as mentioned in that Breaking Bad meme. And I'd like to play this because this is 100%. This is straight out of Silicon Valley on HBO. Like, I couldn't believe it. Nick Shevchenko is his name, which is, of course.
I did see this. I didn't know what the context was.
Okay, so now you know the context here. So this guy is so as you can see, he also has his own friend necklace that he's wearing. It's a different
design. So the friend
design.
isn't a good enough friend to tell him not to do a rap video?
And also to trademark to get the domain so the other guy can't steal it. The friend should have told him that.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm Nick, and for those who don't know, I built Crap. Renamed your tab, jacked my style, built nothing real, it's been a while. Investor cash, you burn it quick, I'm grinding hard, tracks in my peak. Top big game, where is the proof? All your guys squeeze, no roof. I'm the founder, hardware in hand, use the shadow, can't understand. I view your jokes, spend a meal on a name, can't ship a thing, just Twitter fame. Friend and yours, running my wave, open source spam, digging your grave. Take a seat, I learned the grind, you're wasting cash, I'm building in time. Respect the game, respect the source, I'm the real friend, the AI force.
He's a little ahead of the meter, but
a little. He's winning an Olympic gold medal. He's so far ahead of the meter. He lapped the meter. It's almost
So, right, he posted this to be like, bro, you stole my shit. Bro.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the guy, the founder of the Avi Schiffman.
Did he do a diss reply?
He didn't do a diss reply. He
just
replied
this guy's family.
He replied to this guy.
Oh no!
So here's Avi. Oh no! This is Nick being like, "I'm ready to fight."
Oh,
Jesus Christ! What, does he have XY? Can we look him up?
Yeah, Rob. What do you think of that photo? Is you into it or no?
I feel like, yeah, it's a little too twinky for me. Also, the hair around the nipples is.
It looks like his head was photoshopped on a different body. It doesn't look in proportion.
Rob, I thought you were gonna say like the Russian accent turns you off.
Oh well, I that's besides the point. Yeah, like I would never. But if we're just just on aesthetics.
I mean, a girl speaking in that same instant no.
Instant. Not even like on a day. If someone's around me speaking in that accent or speaking in Russian, I'm like, we have to
And there
leave.
always is, no matter where we go.
Always. It's so no. I could be in a different country.
Yes, yes. Always.
It's like what?
It
There's a
always-
Russian
someone
here.
always
How?
comes
How?
They don't want to stay in Russia.
That's fucking right.
That's a girl goes from a 10 to a 4 when I hear that.
So then this Avi guy posts a video of this Nick Shevchenko finding a homeless person.
To a crackhead. Necklace to a crackhead. Let's see how it works. Hey, how's it going? Do you know friend AI necklace?
So he basically walks up to a guy who's just bent over tweaking and puts the friend necklace on him.
Transforms your conversations and gives you personalized AI. Look, it live transcribes everything I'm currently saying and also creates these memories. Look, I was discussing fundraising and design for hardware startup. It even created events for me. Look. I can go to settings and connect my Apple Calendar or Google Calendar. Do you use Apple or Google or something? Okay. Sorry, I cannot hear you. Wait, there is also speech profile. You can
This
talk
is
to
so-
it, and then it will remember who
This
you
is
are.
very,
Oh,
this
and
is very Russian comedy. You know, this is like this is disgusting.
Are we sure this
there's
guy
plugins,
is
there's
like in on it?
Could be, but I mean, it's the same joke.
Even
Yeah,
still,
that's
yeah.
true.
Acting.
Paul Graham plugin, my favorite. You can get feedback on whatever you're saying. But would you buy this? $49 only. Look how beautiful it is. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Oh no.
Necklace
Let's
to
go
a
to the next
crackhead.
one.
Let's see how it works.
Oy.
And then so he asks, Avi asks, this you? And Nick writes, yeah, that's me.
Proud of it.
Yeah. All right.
So where has there been any progress in this saga since these exchanges?
This has been it. But my favorite thing, another fun aside exchange. So like I mentioned, this is a startup. They got a ton of investment and they spent $1.8 million to buy friend.com
Okay.
for this app.
I bet they could have had Friendster for 75 cents. They should have just one of them should have just taken that.
You're right.
And so then this woman writes, congrats to whoever sold these idiots this domain for 1.8 million. The only person who's going to make any money here. And then the founder, Avi, responds, you work for my investor, LOL.
Oh, shit.
Which is funny. But then she had a pretty good comeback. Oh, so you work for him too then? It's like, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So that's the fun drama of the week. This app is terrible. Like, these AI apps just keep getting worse and worse. Did we talk about there was this other AI app? There were two of them. I guess we haven't talked about it because it was a little too nerdy and there wasn't like the silliness about it. But there's been a few of these that have come up. This one that's like $400 that is terrible. Like it takes 5 minutes. Like so it's a standalone AI pin. You basically pin it to your thing, and it's like it's fully aware or whatever. So it's spatially aware, I should say. So you could be like, you could press and be like, what am I looking at? Like, oh, this is the Statue of Liberty. It was blah, 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 and like give you a history. The problem is it's very slow because like somebody did that and then also did it with Siri and like Siri responds right away, like this takes it's like, so why do I need an extra thing when my phone can tell me this right away? And this thing costs just as much as a phone.
Does Siri know?
Humane is the app. Sorry.
But does Siri know like that? Can Siri see the Statue of Liberty and know like you have to take a picture and then Siri will know what it is?
Yes, but there's going to be an update now where it basically it will be able to do that. There's going to be an update in September because in September Apple is introducing their AI, which they're calling Apple Intelligence, and I'm not just being an Apple evangelist here, but like
Here we go.
of all the AI use cases, it's the most useful. Like they actually integrate it in a way that would be useful for everyday life. Like it'll recognize who your parents are and like call
And
mom
block
and
their
tell her
phones.
about or you could, or like call mom and tell her my flight's coming in like 30 minutes, something like that. And it'll pull all the info from all your sources and do that, or other. It was like their demo was the first one that I saw. I'm like, okay, this is actually useful, and it's already built into the phone. Like, there's no extra software you need to buy.
Sid, like you, I love breaking Rob's balls about being an Apple acolyte, but I have to be fair. He has said a lot of shitty things about Apple lately.
Yeah, there's a lot I don't like about
That's
their,
just to
their
throw us
business
off the scent, Darren.
But look,
or this big swerve for the AI unveiling. Even Dusty Rhodes Muffler in the chat is saying Rob is an industry plant.
I smoke industry plants. But yeah, so here's the pin. I wish there was like a quick demo, but there's only like a long one. Well, whatever. Let's watch this just to see how stupid it is. But so this is the guy who kind of this guy was like on the original iPhone team. He's like this huge
Welcome to Humane.
celebrity in tech world, and this was like the thing that he left Apple to build, and it's a fucking bomb.
This is the Humane AI Pin. It's a standalone device and software platform built from the ground up for AI. It comes in 3 colorways. Got Eclipse.
This is a perpetual power system that allows you to use your AI pin for as long as you want.
There are no wake words, so it's not always listening or always recording. In fact, it doesn't do anything until you engage with it. And your engagement comes through your touch, voice, gesture, or the laser ink display.
Oh, I forgot about this dumb laser ink
Connectivity
display.
built right in. Our own Humane network, connected by T-Mobile.
We were able to pack a
T-Mobile,
lot of technology into
Why is
something
this shot
really
like
small.
Homicide Life on the
It runs a
Street?
Qualcomm Snapdragon
Yeah,
chipset.
there should
and
be
that
a
means it's
body on
really
the fucking
fast,
table right now.
which is crucial for AI.
Picking through.
It's got an ultra-wide RGB camera, depth sensor, and motion sensors.
And it's got this really special speaker.
Do apps.
Yada, yada.
Humane's
Rob,
OS runs
do you-
AI
does her leather
experiences
jacket make you trust her more or less?
Less.
Okay, yeah.
that are on device.
But man,
and in
she's
the cloud.
cool.
It's not even a nice leather jacket. And in general, I'm kind of over leather jackets.
The OS
Oh,
understands
wow,
what you
that's
need
the real
and picks the
story
right
here.
AI in the moment.
What this means is that you no longer have to search for.
I'm over
download,
new
or
leather
manage
jackets.
apps. These AIs are streamed on demand. At the
Just
speed
don't, you only want the ones that you steal from your grinder hookups?
You're joking, but I'm against new leather, but I'm okay with buying vintage leather because that to me is the most eco-friendly. I
Why
don't.
you go with Nick Shevchenko and go rip it off of a homeless person.
Yeah.
That they're using for warmth. They found in a dumpster.
Yeah, trade it for some crack, sure.
What kind of crack do you mean?
Anyway, this thing is like $400. Anyway, whatever.
$400.
$400 for this thing that barely works. I'm blown away by it.
Powered by T-Mobile. Get
Do
the-
they
Like,
ever
who
get
needs
to
these
show
things?
it working? Like they really didn't do anything with it in that video.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, they do eventually like go outside or whatever.
It'd be funny if they had the whole video and like it
Welcome
never
to
they
Humane.
never show it operate.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
buy
well,
it.
we could go to like one of the. That's the thing. Like when I actually saw the reviewer, there's this reviewer, Marquise Brownlee, who I really enjoy. He's like maybe one of the most famous YouTube reviewers, and he's generally a pretty positive guy. Like he will call out, features that don't quite work well or not. Like he's pretty honest, but he sways positive. He could not even put a positive spin on this. He was just like, "This is not." Oh, and also, I was wrong. It's not $350. It's $700.
It needs to know.
Ooh. So
This feels like buying one of those Garmins, like a Garmin map, like 1
Yeah.
week before Google Maps came out. And Waze.
yeah. So here's
The
him
interesting
explaining.
form factor of an ultra.
Oh, you know what? I realized we probably shouldn't play this. We might get a copyright strike. All right, never mind. But you can look it up.
But I could tell now why you're a big fan of that guy.
Why?
Seems like your type. Yeah.
Oh no, he's a little too skinny for me.
Really?
What?
A little too lanky. A little too lanky. I need a little
Your
muscle.
partner is extremely lanky.
How dare you? You've never
That's
seen
not
him
a
without a
bad
shirt
thing.
on.
But he's a skinny dude.
Oh, okay, sure, but he has definition.
But they have a love bond. They don't have to meet each other's ideals perfectly.
Wait, have you seen this YouTube guy shirtless to know whether he has
No,
definition or
no,
not?
because I'm not interested.
You're lost.
I didn't even
pal.
need to seek it out.
Are you not interested because
But
you
he's
Google
cute.
imaged him first, and now you're not interested?
No, I could just tell at this point. I could just tell.
Wow.
Fair. I can
You've
tell what a
seen
woman
so
looks
many
like
of his
naked
reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's immediately friend zoned, but he's a handsome guy. He's handsome.
Oh,
Immediately in the friend zone.
poor Marquise.
Sorry, Marquise, but not that you need my my male gaze.
He poured his heart into the Nintendo Switch review just so you would look at his penis. Is he gay, by the way? Maybe he doesn't
No, I
care.
think he's straight.
Okay. XY?
I believe so. Yes, he's a man, right? We're all men. We're all XY here. I would hope.
Why? Why would you not talk to me if I was XX?
Well, that's why Noah's not on the show anymore.
Oh shit! Is she X? Are you sure? Should we test her?
Well, she was doing jujitsu first, so what does that say?
Yeah, that's right. And she has some male.
There is actually like a lot of apparently trans people can't. They are only allowed to compete in their biological gender at birth.
They have to be dead named in order to.
You can be called whatever you want, but
When
trans
you say
men.
compete where? Like, I'm sure, wouldn't every local dojo have their own house rules?
But the largest jiu-jitsu governing body, the IBJJF, the International Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation.
Yeah.
That's their rule, and they're the ones that sponsor all the major competitions with the money and stuff.
Okay.
It's not good when you're in the organization and you have to think to say what the name of the organization
Too many
is.
letters.
There's them, and then Grapplers Industries is the competing
That sounds
promotion,
like a
and
porn site, I'm sorry.
I believe Grappling Industries, absolutely.
They make the
Sounds
AI
like Naked
pen.
Combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that it's interesting though with that those rulings that you'd have to be trans men would have to compete with women essentially, and
All right.
trans women would have to compete with men.
Grapplers Industries governed the Steven Seagal and Gene LaBelle fight when he shit himself.
No, that's Grappler's intestines.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. That was Crohn's Industries. Crapplers.
Oh, that's the episode title.
Points off for skid marks.
In music news,
Oh.
Britney Spears lashing out at Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh no. What he do?
On the latest episode of the Osbournes podcast, this is from July 18th, so this might not be the latest episode, but on a recent.
Yeah, there's a part 2 to this story.
Yeah, Black Sabbath frontman and his family described clips of Spears dancing as, quote, very sad. The Osbourne family spent some of the time of the episode by answering listeners' questions. The first question was directed to Ozzy and Sharon's daughter, Kelly, asking whether or not she would ever post TikTok dances. And Kelly responded, I don't know how to do TikTok dances. I don't know where anybody would ever think that I would.
She's like 45.
Sharon stated, it seems to me that TikTok, when it first started, were people doing silly dances, but now it's developed into so much more. Jack Osbourne added, you're just saying that because you're the biggest TikTok junkie and you're just trying to be like, but there's more to it than that. There is more to it than that, I say. Oh, and so did Sharon.
That's who he's responding to.
And then Ozzy chimes in, I'm fed up of seeing poor old Britney Spears on YouTube. And Ozzy said before Sharon clarified that he was discussing her dancing every fucking day. It's sad. Very, very sad. Save Britney, Jack commented, apparently referencing Spears' former conservatorship. Kelly offered, I know, I feel so sorry for her. Sharon said, poor little thing.
She's doing all
Very
right.
sad indeed.
Feel sorry for that homeless guy that Nick Shevchenko was talking.
On July 17th, Spears addressed Osbourne's comments in a lengthy Instagram post, writing, I'm going to tell the Osbourne family, who is the most boring family known to mankind, to kindly fuck off. Yeah!
That's sort of
Britney.
a Trump tweet almost. The failing Osbourne family. No one cares.
Show got canceled.
Failing ratings.
So I guess after this, Ozzy actually responded and apologized, saying, Britney, I really owe you an apology. I'm so sorry for making that comment. However, It would be better if you didn't do the same fucking dance every day. Change a few movements. I love Britney Spears, but it's the same dance every day.
Why are you watching
really
Britney
do-
Spears dance videos every fucking day, Ozzy? What are you doing?
And why is he apologizing followed by saying the exact same
Yeah.
thing that he said in the first place?
He just wanted to
I really
clarify
do
he's not
apologize, though.
annoyed with her dancing specifically. It's just that it's the same dance.
Oh,
I
okay.
guess he needed to clarify that.
Lucky you can fucking move. You comment.
Yeah. Lucky
Let's
you're
see-
still breathing.
Let's see this apology.
Fucking
Can we apologize to Britney Spears?
Oh yeah, Britney, I really owe you an apology. Britney Spears on YouTube.
Dancing.
Every
Save Britney.
It's you know, it's sad.
Poor little
Very, very sad. I'm so sorry.
Guys crumbling to
Come back
dust
next
during the podcast.
All four of them look like fucking disasters, and they're feeling sorry for someone else. Like,
For
guys,
someone that makes millions of dollars every year dancing.
yeah.
However, it would be better if you didn't do the same dance every day. Change a few movements.
It's on there.
All right, I was gonna say.
This is on his Instagram page. Like, this is the highlight of their show. It just sounds to me, and forget Britney Spears even responding to it, just watching this clip that they promoted themselves, it sounds like they're out of shit to talk to.
Yes.
Talk about.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, you know what's really desperate? The fact that you're so money hungry that you've built this whole podcasting platform just to monetize your talking, because you can't possibly just be out of the public eye.
Right.
And Ozzy
You know.
can't tour anymore, so.
Well, exactly. That's why they're doing the show.
Yeah.
You can't tour. So they're doing. They started doing meet and greets, but even traveling seems like too much for Ozzy now. So this is their only way to make revenue now.
Well, you could do meet and greets just like on the sidewalk outside their house when the tour buses come by.
Just go on Chatterbait and get tokens.
Oh, no.
Oh no! Make Ozzy dance.
Oh.
I'll show you how it's done.
You do when you're on Chatterbait. Once in a while, you scroll through and there are like senior citizens on there, and it's always
Yeah.
Does
gives me
anybody
pause.
Sorry, does anybody go on Chatterbait and do like G-rated material and just use the platform to entertain or something? Yeah.
Not that I've seen.
But to get paid, I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Seems like
No, that's more OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though I have seen on occasion, like on Chatterbait, they don't fully disrobe, and then they promote their OnlyFans if you want to see
Right.
the whole deal. Quickly close that tab. I ain't
I
playing
really
that.
see that with the men.
They're more eager to please, I guess.
I guess so.
It's just the OnlyFans for that YouTube reviewer guy is where you want to see him naked. But Rob, you don't even want that.
Yeah. He's very too nice of a guy. Just wouldn't work.
What if he let you like use the gadgets before the release, but in exchange you have to do sex on him?
Do sex on him.
I mean, sure. For like an Apple Vision Pro, all right.
Yeah,
those are
they're all right.
expensive.
You're a 16.
I don't really want one, but I guess I'll have sex with a guy for a free one.
It's not like sex wouldn't be pleasant.
Yeah, and I could enjoy it.
You can force yourself to like the guy for 30 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's not that unattractive to me, where I it would be like such a task for me to do it. No,
Someone send him this clip, please.
don't. He has much more money than me.
You want to keep him as a reviewer. You don't want him to be in a relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just such a good reviewer to me. He's there for me.
I wouldn't want to taint that friendship, that this parasocial relationship we have.
He's like, why do you always date the reviewers that treat you like shit? I'm here for you.
Let's talk about our Spotify picks. Every week, we each pick a song. We throw it on a playlist called the RIPL Livecast Music Break. You can check it out on Spotify. Search for it. Over 700 songs, nearly 48 hours of music. My pick this week is the new single from Opeth. I don't really know how to pronounce the symbol. I guess S1, we'll say. I'm very excited that Opeth is back. Apparently, they're growling again. Michael Ackerfeld growling again.
Did he not
Not
growl?
just. The last few albums, he was doing more crooning.
What?
They were more 70s prog, going for more that kind of vibe than the like death metal-y kind of vibe that they had on earlier albums. But I still enjoyed them. But it was like hit and miss.
You missed the old Opeth.
Yeah. So I'm very curious about this new one. I listened to the song. It's good, but it's clearly just the first track of a full, album. So I decided I'm not going to listen to it again. I'm going to wait till the whole album's out and consume it as one piece of art. But if you're excited about new Opeth, you should check out the track. Sid, what was your pick?
Stephen Malkmus was the lead singer of the band Pavement, who is a very influential indie rock band from like the 90s and the aughts. And he has a new band out called Hard Quartet. I listened to their first song that they released this week, and I did not like it at all. So I decided instead of that to pick a Pavement song that I do like. It's called Stereo, and it's one of their best songs. Very quirky lyrics, very much what 90s indie rock was before it became Vampire Weekend, and I abandoned it. And it's good. That's my pick. Darren, what about you?
I definitely saw Pavement live, going to see someone else play, opened by maybe Megadeth or somebody.
What? That cannot be.
I know Mudhoney opened for Megadeth, and I saw them.
Yeah, Pavement would never. I can't imagine.
I can't remember who it was, but it was definitely someone like thrash metal type.
Quicksand, perhaps.
Rock. Quicksand opened for Megadeth. I saw them there.
Yeah,
but I can't remember. You know what? I'll do like a search. Maybe I'll report back to you if I can.
In those days,
FM or whatever.
I really only got into Pavement after they had broken up. So my previous experience with Pavement was going to the Tibetan Freedom concerts at Randall's Island, if you recall those that the Beastie Boys put together with like every fucking popular band of the era, and we hung out by the. We went around to where like the bands were hanging out, like the VIP area, and it was like a fence separating where the common scum like us could stand and where the bands could stand. So we were just like looking to see if we could see any of the bands we liked. And none of us liked Pavement at the time, but we saw them. So we just heckled them and asked them to bring over cooler bands for us to say hello to. And they were not into that at all. But now I like them. So if I go back, I would just say hi to them. But young Sid just wanted to meet Rancid.
But I will say, I don't know if it was Megadeth, but I do know that Megadeth used to take diverse bands on tour with them. Like, they weren't going to take like Joan Baez or something like that. But, rock bands that don't really fit into their mold. I think that was sort of a good thing they used to do.
That was definitely more of a thing back then than it is now. Now everything's too like siloed off, and every opener has to sound exactly like the headliner.
I will research that. My song is called Butcher Shopped by Cool G Rap and DJ Polo. And DJ Polo just passed away 3 days ago. That's why this is a tribute to them. And they're like, to me, like a bridge between like, the boom bap, like the 80s style of rhyming. And then they started doing, Rob, you should like this. They have very jazzy samples. So like, the later... like Teddy Riley stuff, and all I want to do is zoom, 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 zoom with those trumpets and jazz stuff. Like they're kind of doing that, late 80s. And other groups too, but they're like that, bridging the two eras and creative lyrics for that time. This song is from the 1989 album, but like sort of complex lyrics when a lot of people were doing Dr. Seuss type of stuff. So, big fan.
Nice. All right, that's our playlist. I guess I want to quickly mention, we could really get into this next week, but it looks like there's going to be a movie made about Hulk Hogan. There was a biopic that he was involved with that was supposed to star Chris Hemsworth and never really went anywhere. But now a new movie is being greenlit.
This is a different project. He's not taking
a different project. Yes. It's a different project based on a book about the Hulk Hogan versus Gawker trial. And Ben Affleck will be playing Hulk Hogan. That's That's the.
I don't see it.
That's I mean, I guess if he puts on a little weight, and he gets the wig on, yeah,
That's
I don't think
tall
it would be
enough.
too
Like,
hard.
Hogan's like 6'5".
Well, if you cast everyone else short, also, then
Yeah,
it
you
still
could
be like.
Yeah, you could shoot around it.
Yeah, I don't know.
And Matt
And
Damon.
I mean, if it's going to probably be a lot of him just sitting on the witness stand, right? So
Yeah. Matt Damon will be playing Peter Thiel, the guy
my
who
God.
secretly funded Hulk Hogan's lawsuit against Gawker because he resented Gawker for outing him many years prior.
And this is real. This isn't made up. I didn't think those guys did movies together anymore.
I was gonna say
What do you
reunited.
mean? They have a production company together. Yeah.
But do they don't act in movies together anymore? When was the last time? Oh, I guess. Wait, were they both?
No,
in
there was
that
something
Nike
recently.
movie? That
Yeah.
Michael Jordan Nike movie.
Yeah.
All right, never mind.
It's not. It doesn't happen frequently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess this story is just too good to pass up. They both.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the guy who wrote the screenplay is the same guy who wrote the screenplay for The Big Short, which he won an Academy Award for best
Dusty
adapted
Rhodes Muffler
screenplay.
with the question I was also thinking: who plays Bubba the Love Sponge? Is it that? What's that guy's name? Paul
Have you
Walter
had-
Hauser.
Oh, okay, yeah. I could see
Josh
that.
Gad.
Oh no, I'm out. I'm out on the movie. That's it. We're done. Who plays the chicken parm sandwich?
Josh Gad.
Okay.
when you said, Rob, in our chat that that Ben Affleck is going to be playing Hulk Hogan, I thought you meant he was going to go to the DNC and make an embarrassing speech sucking the
I mean, he probably will if you think about it. It seems better than 50% chance that he would do that.
Well, now he can do it and rip his shirt off, like,
Oh.
just to prep, like, sort of synergistic promotion for the movie. You know?
Wow.
I'm there first weekend for sure.
I will definitely see that in the theater.
We don't think this will be straight to Amazon? Or
No, I don't think so.
Netflix?
I think this will be like Oscar season kind of.
And
Really?
Also, I don't know that he'll win anything, but I think
Right.
they'll try to.
They're gonna try.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
It's Ben Affleck. Why, like Ben Affleck and Matt Damon in a movie that doesn't go to Netflix? I feel like that's like a big,
Yeah.
You know, that's a big box. Whatever, such as a big box office
I guess.
is today. That's what it is.
But wasn't that Nike movie straight to Amazon?
Was
Or
it?
Was it in theaters?
I thought it was in theaters.
I think it might have been.
I think it
on
was a
Amazon
Netflix movie
right
or an Amazon
at
movie.
the same
Yeah.
time as it was in theaters, maybe.
I think they funded. Yeah, I believe you're right. It's Amazon because MGM is Amazon Studio, and that was intentional.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We will definitely have to see it opening weekend or whenever it comes out, and then do a roundtable discussion for the Patreon.
I'm ready.
If this ever actually gets made, I mean, it's in the very, very, very early stages, right?
Right.
Probably like another year or two till it sees the light of day, if it does at all.
Well, they need Ben Affleck to become a fat fuck. Like, he needs time. He's a well fit man.
But we've seen he tends to yo-yo.
Does he? I mean, never
Yeah,
guys.
he's had-
Hogan.
No, but he's never been that old. He's on his way.
Yeah, that's true. He's gonna be a method actor and really fuck Bubba the Love Sponge's wife.
I'm sure she's down for that.
Yeah, but he's not. He's just a great actor.
Yeah. Wait, did you say method actor or meth head actor?
Both.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't want to make claims about Ben Affleck. AI might be listening. He might have an AI pin that heard that. Rob, you zoning out? You frozen?
Yes, I'm here. I want to mention if you need yourself a little more RIPL Livecast, you could always get it at patreon.com/RIPL Livecast and show your support. We'd really appreciate it. You could pledge whatever you want per month. But $5 a month gets you access to 2 bonus episodes every month and access to our full archive of bonus episodes, 5 years of bonuses. Lots of great episodes in there. Our most recent episode, we just did something about links too hot for TV, or really too hot for YouTube. Some of these would get us pulled off YouTube, and some of them we just didn't get to, but that's not as fun to say. But the initial story is definitely something that would have made it on the main show, and we had a great bit of fun about like these Russian drink concoctions that are in my opinion, grosser than Holidates. We had a debate about it.
Yeah.
You can check it out, patreon.com/RIP Livecast. We also have listen-alongs to albums from Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Megadeth. We listen through the whole album and review it in real time. We watch some black metal documentaries. We watch some movies, like the really shitty Kiss movie. Lots of really shitty movies, including Rob Schneider. We live watch a Rob Schneider stand-up special, which may have been the hardest thing we've ever done. No, I think the shoot that felt the longest to me would be probably that Martin Short movie.
Really?
Oh, wow. Clifford.
Clifford, thank you. It was so hard for me to get through.
Oh.
I almost quit the show.
What?
I almost was like, I don't want to do these anymore if we have to watch stuff like this. So you could see where my discomfort comes from. Love Charles Grodin, though. No shame. So patreon.com/RPLivecast. And if you throw us $10, you get to become a top Livecast fan of the week. Get a shout out at the end of the show, which is right now. How are we doing these shout outs, folks?
Each one of these people, you're going to tell us which Olympic sport they're disqualified from and why.
Oh, boy. All right. We have Eric, and he's disqualified from the pole jump for having too big of a schlong. The pole vault from having too big of a schlong. Have you seen this? Have you guys seen this? This happened today.
Seen his schlong? No.
Wait, are you talking about an actual thing?
Yeah, a guy. Hold on, let me try to find it.
What?
The guy.
We're just doing another segment now.
Yeah, how do we not leave the show with whatever this is about to be?
You can save it for next week.
I mean, it's a quick clip here. Let me. Hopefully, this won't get us pulled, but I don't think it will. All right, here we go. He does the pole vault and boy.
Oh! I thought you meant he got disqualified like just before the game started because his cock was too big. You mean he lost because his dick hit the pole?
Yeah, he didn't tuck it. He didn't tuck it in, and his dick hit the vault.
Damn.
So Eric, that's why you're disqualified.
I think it's worth it to now be internationally famous for having a big cock. I think there's going to be more benefits to that going forward for him.
Is it even that big, Rob? I couldn't tell. Maybe he just got in the wrong position. It could be just a regular sized cock, and it just hit the pole.
Yeah, it's hard to tell really, but it looked at the very least it looks girthy. It definitely has a bit of girth.
Oh, that's pretty big. That's pretty big. It can't be hard, right? Like he's
no.
Maybe he gets so nervous he had like a nervous boner.
That's true. That's fair. I've had that before.
And then on impact, he pissed and shit himself like Steven Seagal.
Well, he's in the wrestling event next with the Gene LaBelle. No, he's passed away. I'm kidding.
That's how obscure these Olympic sports are now. There is one where you just grapple with a corpse.
Oh shit! Sign me up. There's X. They check you if you have XY or dead chromosomes.
Benjamin, you jumped too early on a freestyle 100 meter, so you're disqualified. Dan R, doping.
Which sport?
Running.
Cycling? Oh, running. Okay.
Shasur Sasusits, you're disqualified because you showed up in L.A. You thought it was in L.A. That's in 4 years. It's in Paris this year. Lando Danks, just disqualified based on the name alone. Thought he was smoking pot.
You have to say the sport.
Synchronized swimming. LaCroix, he was going to do the men's water polo, but he didn't bring the proper cap, and they didn't have any extras.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, Corey and Scotty H, they were going to do the duo dive, but unfortunately, they didn't meet the age requirements. Erin, trying to do gymnastics, but then she said something nasty to Simone Biles, so they kicked her off the team.
Okay, that makes sense.
Douglas, who are you, Levison? Tried to get into the judo, but he got disqualified after attempting a Mormando move during the judo competition, which is against the rules. Jander, he is disqualified He was doing the what's that gymnastics? The horse thing?
The pommel
pale
horse?
Bobble horse. Thank you.
Pommel.
Pommel horse.
Bobble horse.
Pommel horse. When the announcer pronounced his name Yander, and he flipped out at them, so they kicked him off the team. And Randy Blad was disqualified from the men's basketball team for cursing, but he was like, no, that's just my last name. It's just Blad. Poor sportsmanship. That's our show, folks. Hope you enjoy the rest of the Olympics. I think there's about another week left. They're fun.
And we had so much AI talk. I feel like we should have been called the RIP AI Livecasts. But that says rail, and then we might get kicked off for doing we could be RAIP a Livecast, but that's even worse.
Ruby on Rails is a programming language. I don't think it'd be too bad. It'd work. Anyway, folks, that's our show. We're out of here. Until next week, we love you. We kiss you. Bye-bye.